So last year, my business generated around €500,000 in revenue. And at the same time, I was living in my office for 4 months. Actually, I'm still living in my office, but it's going to change very soon now. So if you're a business owner and you're living in your office or in your basement because you're going through a separation, or because you punish yourself in a way, or you think it's noble, think Elon Musk, then this video is really for you. It wasn't until I went to Date with Destiny that I realized something about this behavior, which is not optimal, actually. So in my case, I was doing it because I felt a lot of guilt from the separation from my wife. Because I took maybe 90 or maybe 95% of responsibility for the separation from my wife. There was a lot of mistakes I did, and there you'll find plenty of videos in this channel where I explain what happened in my marriage and why it failed in the end. But if the result of that is that you punish yourself, then that's really not good. So at Date with Destiny, there was one thing I did, I think it was the first or second day, we learned about the blaming call. And this is usually when people realize they still feel some sort of resentment towards other people. Could be your brother, your mom, your dad, whoever. Often it's someone from the family. And I thought I have no bad feelings towards anyone. But I think I was actually lying to myself. In this case, I did have bad feelings towards my mother. So I did the blaming call. And if you go to Tony Robbins seminar, you know what it is, but I can also tell you about it a bit right now. So you call that person, you thank them for all the things they did that were actually really good and that led to you being the person you are today. Chances are, because some things didn't go so well in your life or some people didn't behave the way you wanted to, it's exactly the reason why you've become the person who achieved and who did certain things, and you are proud of that. Anyway, to make a long story short, I called my mom. I did the blaming exercise. I thanked her for everything. I excused myself for the things I did, which weren't so good. And I remember her crying, and I had some tears too. And I knew she had an apartment in the same city in Berlin, in Germany, where I live. And I wasn't able to accept it before, but it was shortly after this call that I thought about it some more and I was able to accept her apartment. Not as a gift. I'm still paying 1,500 in rent per month, and it's a normal rent. It's a beautiful apartment and it'd be great. At Date with Destiny, I also realized something interesting. One day I was getting a coffee and there was one guy from California in the queue. And I had a quick discussion with him about separation. And then he quickly opened up and said, you know what? I'm actually going through some sort of separation too. I'm living in the basement of our home. And I thought it was really interesting because he was also punishing himself. He was also telling me that he took a lot of responsibility for what went wrong in his marriage. And now, knowing what I know now, it's probably not the best to do this. It's actually better to move on and get an apartment, move out, pay the price, even though it might be expensive. Don't save the money because you think it's noble and it's good and you're Elon Musk, because chances are you're not Elon Musk and you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Anyway, so, and then at some point, I also had an epiphany. It's when someone told me, hey, Julian, how is this possible? You just told me you have 350,000 in savings and shares and all these things. What are you doing to yourself? You could be getting any apartment in Berlin, really. And so I realized that's probably true. And that's why I'm soon moving in this really nice apartment. And it's also about the kids, because right now I'm seeing them in the big apartment and we're doing the nest model where we switch, my wife and I. We go in the big apartment, and while I'm in there, she moves into the office. And I think with a new apartment, it would be much better for the kids because their own place with their dad, which is a real own place. And that's something I'm really looking forward to and I really want to do. So if you're a business owner and you're sacrificing your health or you're working too many hours, like 60 hours per week, and you think it's noble, you think it's cool, and you're not taking care of yourself, well, you're at high risk of burnout. And not only that, you have self-worth issues. Because if you're leading a team and you're generating so much money per month and you have responsibility in your business, you owe it to yourself to be loving with yourself. And being loving with yourself means you move into a nice apartment and you just do it. When I flew back from Bangkok to Frankfurt and I had a premium economy ticket and I really wanted to fly business class. And I was arguing so much in my head whether I should do it or should not do it. And at some point after my realization, I thought, well, I really deserve this and let's just make it happen. I made the call and asked them if they still had seats available. And they said, we have 3 seats available. They told me what it would cost to upgrade. And in an instant, I decided I'm going to do that. And the same thing for going from the hotel to the airport. I was thinking about getting the normal cab. And then I said, okay, let's do the comfort one. And then the white BMW came to pick me up. And I really loved going to the airport because I had my iPad. I could go through some coachings I still wanted to do. And it was so calm and it just felt really good. So if you're watching this, you're sacrificing your time, your health, your well-being, then really think about this. And if you're going through separation and you still think, oh, I'm going to make this work, and you're living in the basement, this is not a good situation. You should make a move and you should probably really make the separation real in your head and then take the necessary action to move on with your life. Because living in your basement, it's not the way to go. And if you need some help, I developed a quiz you can take. It's totally free. It'll take you 2 minutes, 15 questions, and it'll show you where you're out of balance and what you might need to work on to get your life into balance and feel a lot better about yourself and your life. So go to the link below this video, take the quiz, and you'll get a score. It'll be fun. It's totally free. And only if you like, you can leave your email and I keep you posted when I record and publish a new video. So take care and talk to you soon.